Hey boys and girls, welcome along today to Valley Fortress Siege with Nightstalker. Check it out. Today we're going to take along our Imperial Pike Guard because I'm just loving them right now. The Namkhan Archers, some Demesne Pikes because I'm just leveling them up because they're actually quite a useful little tack-on unit when you've got 70 points there. And I'm going to take these Spear Sergeants. I do have Stalwarts, you've seen them many times, but you hear a lot of people always tell new players, oh, you should take the Spear Sergeants first, they're really good. So I thought, well, a lot of you are going to have this unit, and I'll give them a bit of a whirl and see how we get on in. Right, here we go. Now don't forget the little trick at the start of the battle. As soon as the view starts zooming out, hit your control key and immediately seize control of your troops. Particularly useful if you need to get a siege engine in or something like that for a mission, to get your Stalwarts or whatever else you're going on. It's very useful for that. Right, here we go. Knock down a few cannons. Whoa. Ready to go. You can see I'm just using the flag there to line up the shot, the flagpole. Now hopefully I can hit it this time. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible. This one's a bit more exposed. We'll just quickly shoot that. Okay, so we're not going to talk about that. We're moving on. Never going to talk about that again. I don't want to talk about it. Oh my goodness. And it might even be destroyed. I can't see behind the flag. No, I'm just inept. Oh, hilarious. Oh, somebody else got it just before I did. Oh, well. Cannon left over here. That was close. So, if you don't have this unit Martellalori, you should totally get it. You can get it paying silver, or you can get it just paying ordinary old cold hard cash, and I highly recommend it. As I say at the start of a lot of my videos, they get a defense bonus against ranged when they're pushing the siege tower, so they're harder to shoot out, and they give the siege tower or the ram, whatever you're pushing, they give it a defense bonus against the artillery, which significantly lowers the amount of damage that the siege equipment takes. I guess we'll just let them pile in there because that's only peasants. They might be able to fight a few of them. Guess not. Alright, going to take in the Namkhan Archers. Namkhan Archers are an absolutely fantastic unit. They're back from Season 2, very early on in the game's development, and for their leadership of 180, they're just absolutely deadly. Don't forget when you take them out to immediately hit the 2 key. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever that you shouldn't use the barbed arrows. It's not on a timer, nothing like that. Just hit it and keep on going for the rest of the time that you've got the unit out and alive. And as you can see, it gives nice bleed stacks. Stacks up to 15 times the bleed on the Namkhan Archers, and that's quite a bit of damage, especially when you're hitting heroes and things like that. It's very easy to catch heroes unawares. Can you just see on the map there's someone pushing along the right hand side of the wall there? Might just give them a volley and drive them off. There we go. That should see them off. And quite a few of them dead as well. I can't even see what it is. But we did them in. Now the best way to use archers is, a lot of people use them just for direct fire. Just try and find this angle here. This is the best way to use them because they're in a lot less danger than if they're up sitting on the siege tower here, especially against something like a musket bomb thrown into the top of the siege tower. See the friendly Namkhans at the top of the tower there? They're actually very vulnerable. And I think most of my shots are hitting the wall. Only about half to a third of the unit are actually getting through, so I'm going to need to reposition them soon. Here's a dual blades who fancies his chance. If you're a dual blades, don't attack longswords like this. They have far too many hit points to really care about you. Alright, let's have a look for a better angle here. I can definitely get a better angle. About half the shots are going into the wall. So they're in an okay position, but not an absolutely great or perfect position. So reposition them there, and we'll come up onto the wall here and see what we can do. Dump the rest of the ammo in. Now the enemy do have at least one longbow. I saw him earlier. I don't know quite what he's doing. This longbow should be in here. If you're a longbow player, it's my opinion, maybe it's just my opinion, that your primary role in the game is to take apart enemy range. Did you see that spear who stood too long in front of the Namkhans? Yep, there we go, he bled to death. Just hold block. Anyone who's jumping off their horse to try and knock you to the ground, just hold block, and that will prevent that happening. And as you can see, we're getting quite a good full spread here now. We're out of ammunition, and the longbow has finally found his place in the world. So he's going to shoot me up, and I've got no ammo anyway, so we might as well pull back. We've done tons of damage. We'll just remind this guy that he's not almighty and powerful, that he can't just do what he likes, run away from the mall. I do not want to get kidnapped. And if you're a longsword, don't forget to heal your friendly units as well. I saw someone had a suggestion on Reddit today that we should be able to see the health of our team's units, and I can imagine that that would help every class, but particularly longsword. You know, you don't want to try and push when you see that the friendly shield unit has got almost no health left. So it would be very good information. So if anyone from CB is listening, you should definitely think about that that suggestion. Alright, now Namkhan Archers don't have to be just used sort of defensively or on the arc there or anything like that. You can use them to push in. They're a relatively cheap unit at 180 leadership, even though they're so deadly. And you can take a bit of a risk with them. Any time you're pushing in with archers is going to be a massive risk. This is the problem that the Namkhans have sometimes. They don't really shoot properly. So you've got to recommand them and they sort of get their life sorted out. These guys are about to get flank charged. Come on, friends. There we go. Now we're going to go in here and try and help. Oh, it's a mess. Just try and come in. Oh, I should have seen that coming. Never mind. We'll stop it with the ult and we'll quickly shoot them up. We are going to lose some archers for our silliness. That was a bit of a mistake. Nothing can be done now. But we are going to continue to shoot up the iron caps, and here's where we really want it to be, to shoot up the enemy range that's sitting in the corner there. I'll often try and use rattan pikes or something quick and fast like that to try and get into there. This is going to hurt. The javelins know what's up, and we can stop most of the charge ourselves. But it's not going to get us to survive. Everything in front of us now has started to die, and we're not getting out of here alive. Well, the unit's not. We're going to get out of here just fine. But you know, we got what, 73 kills there with the Namkhans? I'd call that a successful endeavour. You know, and it wasn't all trash troops either. It wasn't all peasants. We had cavalry and some stalwarts and even a hero. So it was very good, good run with the Namkhans there. Let's see if we can keep it up. What's going on the map? We're starting to push in. Actually, no, Spear Sergeants are the wrong decision. I've been expecting to see more cavalry at this point. So let's take our Imperial Pike Guard. Imperial Pike Guard are an absolutely fantastic unit that everybody should have. Number one down the bottom left there, that is a brace, and the brace on the Imperial Pike Guard is just terrible, so you don't really need to use it, or it might be useful once you can still brace a pike against charging cavalry and it will do more damage, but it's nothing compared to the number 2 ability, which is Advance, which almost everyone will be familiar with, and I'll demonstrate very shortly. It immediately knocks all cavalry out of their charge, everything, infantry, everything except heroes. There's a nice cavalry unit we can demonstrate on. And the number 3 ability there, that's a Purple Doctrine Charge. And the reason I have that is to get in and out of sticky situations. I don't use it very often, but when I do, I'm always very thankful that I have it. So here we go. So don't forget, the purpose of the Imperial Pike Guard is not to do severe damage, although they are capable of it. Their entire purpose is to use that advance to knock cavalry out of their charge formation. And that's what we're going to look to do. Get some cavalry going. Oh please. Oh please. Oh, what an error. Charging infantry get the same damage, take more damage as well, just like cavalry when they're moving quickly towards the Imperial Pike Guard. And oh my goodness, we wiped 2 entire units there, and we're up to 108 kills. We've got no casualties, just a small bit of health. Oh my goodness, that was lovely. That was a big error from the enemy player. Never mind. Oh, here's some more cavalry, and I kind of need to get out of the way. My advance isn't ready. But Imperial Pike Guard, especially against these tier 4 and lower cavalry, will quite happily peck them to death just with their big pointy stick. So don't be afraid to use that. What else we got going on here? Mr. Archer thinks he's going to capture or prevent capture, but he's not. And we've got ourselves a nice successful sparkly mortar. We should probably get out of here before that happens again. There we go. Now, I wish I had the Namkhans at this point, because on this map it's actually fantastic to be able to put them just in front of us here and shoot up onto the point if they're going to, make a show of defending it. But so far we've been absolutely pushing through and we've got good momentum. So let's see what happens here. See if we can keep the momentum up. These Namkhans would be great to start shooting up onto the sea point. All you do is you climb halfway up the ladder with your hero and direct the fire. See where these Namkhans are? Perfect. And you can direct fire while sitting up on those ladders there. What are our team doing? A bit too much range. We've got some good cavalry though. Can't argue with a good cavalry unit, except when you're Imperial Pike Guard. What is this archer doing? He just got caught out of position and he got killed. Now that looks extremely unhealthy between the what's obviously Imperial Archer bodkin arrows and the war rockets or whatever that is launching in and completely blowing everything up there. Don't think I want to be taking my unit in there anytime soon. We will sort of lurk around here. Let's see if they want to try and do a cav sally. Look, I'm an easy victim. Come and get me. Bring your cav. Bring your friends. Oh, there's a friendly unit here of Imperial Pike Guard as well, and the enemy can clearly see that. They won't be sallying down here anytime soon. So what are we going to do? We've got ranged, Pike Guard, ranged, Pike Guard, ranged, a couple of units of cav, but we've got, oh, someone's up the top there taking it. Here's some cav over here. It's that Liaos Ranger gun cav, which somehow managed to get completely caught out and slaughtered, which makes me a happy man. I always enjoy seeing tier 5 cavalry get massacred for no gain. Ooh, fallen off the wall. We must have lost the top point, or failed in the assault, I should say. Come on, cavalry, come down here. Oh, I might just quickly defend him, just in case he gets shot. 2 seconds on the cooldown. You're welcome, friend. So the enemy are doing a great job here, actually. We've managed to sneak up a couple of times and take some of the sea point, but they're making it very difficult for us. The left-hand side is much harder to get up than the right-hand side up here. Traditionally, the way that you want to do it is go straight up from here to the supply point and then come back and get C. That's a much more effective way, but you need some very good coordination with your team. I'm just going to see if I can see these archers and blow them up with a treb. No archers, but there's something there. Give it a go, they'll probably move out the way. So, really no way to press forward easily. Not with infantry. Ooh. Didn't get anything with that treb, I don't think. Wow, that looks unhealthy. Maybe when this cav comes back to the stairway here to try and go back and heal, maybe we can catch it. They're going to go back to the other one, of course. I would too, to be fair. Maybe if we can ask our friends to join us. Oh, here's an opportunity. Lovely. We'll take the infantry and the cavalry together. Another 2-unit wipe. Man, I love the Imperial Pike Guard. You should totally get this unit. And if you do get this unit, use the bottom veterancy line. Even though they're all about the advance, the top veterancy line... Sorry, we should massacre that unit. We'll see if we can snag some points. Oh, dual blades. Ah. Good night, nurse. Everyone's going to keep me on the floor now. If you do use the Imperial Pike Guard, use the bottom veterancy line, even though the top veterancy line is all about... Even though the top veterancy line is all about the advance, the bottom one gives them 20% defense increase, and that's absolutely what you want to be doing, because you want to be cycling through that advance, and you need more of them to live. Their purpose is not necessarily to cause a lot of kills, although I've done all right this game. The purpose is really about knocking down the cavalry. So remember to use that bottom line. Okay. So, Spear Sergeants, everybody's favourite. I don't know, man. A lot of people advise new players to take this unit. I don't think it's a very good unit. Ooh. It used to be all the rage, but they've been power creeped a lot. Let's see if we can snag some of these cavalry. Stabbity, stabbity, stabbity. I just don't think they have the same punch that they used to. You know, look, we're not getting a lot of kills. Oh my god, that was terrible. Run, 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 run. Panic, panic, panic. Ugh. No. Going down, can't. I'm going to get away. No, I'm not. Okay, that was a terrible trip. Should I tell him? You know, sometimes you just got to think to yourself, I'm not going to say anything. Look, at the end of the day, it's not his fault that my unit died. It's my fault. I got flanked from two sides. You know, even if he hadn't dropped the treb, it's unlikely that my unit would have survived there, although I did panic a bit, got to admit. So really, that's not on him, that's on me. You know, I knew mistakes. That unit did not die because of the treb. The enemy skillfully outflanked me. Whoever had the pike guard there saw the opportunity and took it. So well done to him. Congrats, Matt. Got a whole unit of spear sergeants there. We might probably only kill 2 or 3 or something. But yeah, as I was saying, the spear sergeants have been power creeped a bit. Alrighty. We've got the achievers here. We'll call them achievers because they've got lots of pointy sticks. And that's an achievement in itself, I'd say. At the end of the seasons when there's a lot of cavalry around, I do like to take more pikes. You would have seen that progression through my video. And you'll see that when we start the season again in Season 7, which is of course Vikings, hell yeah, the general flow of the game will come back from cavalry as people sort of play the new units and things like that. And towards the end of the season you'll get a lot of cavalry again. So, maybe we can shoot out some of these. Yeah, somebody's shooting my Demesne Pikemen. It's a longbow desperate for kills. If you're a longbow, yeah, if this is all you've got to shoot at, go for it. But don't forget your job is to kill ranged units. And if you haven't got any ranged units to shoot at, whoop, how? If you haven't got any ranged units to shoot at, you should really be trying to do heroes. So he got away. Wish they'd speed up that Clash of Shields ult just a little bit. It's no different to running. You know, it's only a fraction of a meter a second or whatever it is more. But we're not going in the front door. I can see we've got a whole bunch of our friends going up the wall here, and especially a lot of them are ranged, so we're going to go up and we're going to defend them as we push through. Don't know what those archers are shooting at. There's nothing here. But when the arrows are free, why not? So what's special about the Demesne Pikemen? As a bottom tier, you know, a white level, what do you call it, peasant tier, tier 1, they actually do a frightening amount of damage. You know, their brace doesn't have a stun or anything that I've noticed, although actually I'm going to go and test that after this. But it does do a lot of damage. When braced against cavalry, of course, they're still a white tier unit, they're not going to stop tier 5 cav, forget it. But as you saw earlier from the Armiger Lancers and stuff, they can be taken down by reasonably okay damage pikemen. And that's what these guys are really good at. We're in quite a bit of disarray. That artillery placement's very good. Very good artillery placement by the enemy player there. Credit where credit's due. Come here, you. Smack some of these stalwarts. As you can see, they don't do too badly. But they just got really good damage for a tier 1 unit. And that's why they tend to be taken by a lot of players. Do recommend them. Maybe just another tick of healing. What? Oh, time. Ugh. Okay, that is an error. Mucking around, wasting time. We're full of errors today, aren't we? Anyway, these are Martellalori, so the Demesne Pikemen will be able to kill them real easy. Slap a few around. Stand still, will you? Right, whoever's on that ballista, get in here. This is where our team should be getting on the point. That's my mantra, man, I tell you. Get on the point. Look at this. We currently outnumber them. Now, we currently outnumber them around this area, I think. A lot of their guys are standing off, particularly around the back, where the ranged hangs out. So we really need our team to get on the point. And the enemy team also should be getting on the point at this stage. Let's see what happens. Oh, I think we're going to do this. We've got a lot of people who've got the memo. I think we just don't have enough units. Those enemy Imperial Pike Guard will probably do us. Yeah. A very good timing to have Imperial Pike Guard come on out. Unfortunately, it was too little too late by us. I think most of us weren't actually watching the clock. That's entirely my fault as well. So 2 big significant mistakes this game. We'll go over that in the end of battle discussion. Oh, it hurts. It hurts my soul. Never mind, 1.3 million damage done, 1.8 million damage taken, and we've just squeaked in with an S tier game. Got the Headhunter badge. 67 or 68, 7. One for the Spear Sergeants. That could have been better. And no, we snagged an MVP. As you can see, we've got pretty good participation score there. What's happening to this guy? What's he doing? And this guy, what's he doing? Maybe even this guy. And Mythox as well. Not great participation scores. We could have done with more people on the points. So, what were the errors this game? The Namkhans in the front door? No, I wouldn't say that was an error. That was more of a risk taken and the reward wasn't there. Certainly the Spear Sergeants, but again, I can blame nobody but myself for that. The treb was bad, but it was my decision to go in, and they surrounded me and got me. Good play by the enemy team. And of course, right at the end there, running out of time was a bit of a mistake as well. But I can learn from that. I do need to often watch my map and my time a little bit more. So that's something that I'm working on with myself. That's something I've identified and I'm actively working on. But hey, I hope you learned something new or you just enjoyed the game. Thanks for coming to the channel.